Okay, this is how you settle the prior week and set up the new week. Um, do them simultaneously so that the oracles have less work to do, because in doing them at the same time, that means they do, they just have to spend one day on reviewing data as opposed to two. And the data here are pretty, they're pretty objective. So the first thing we have to do is get the old matches, because we have to put the data in there as numbers. So we have these old matches from prior week, and basically the winner, this is the favorite, Hooper, and then Levitt was the underdog. And if Hooper won, and he did, then the answer would be 0. So we want to put that here, 0. So we want to get the old ones right. So the first thing and oracles cannot submit data consecutively. So the person who submitted the odds cannot submit the settle. This is done to eliminate some of the complacency that might arise if one oracle takes it upon himself to dominate this process and everyone gets used to it, and then he gets hit by a bus and nobody knows how to do anything. And people vetting the data should be preparing it as if they're setting it anyway. So anyway, so you would go in and let's see, you get the data and you pull out, and I just did an example here. Here I have the favorite and the underdogs separated. Oh, first I should say how I got those. So the first thing you do is you go to Python directory. I'm doing this all on Fuji, not mainnet. I'm trying to do it side by side. But so I do Python get Oracle data, and then you get all the okay. So here's the schedule that's in there, and it's essential that I match the actual contest. The computer doesn't know Hooper and Levitt, but it knows that they're in slot 0. So I just have to emulate that. So I'll just paste it here into a notepad, and then switch around some of the formatting so it just works better. Get rid of the single quotes with double quotes, and then I'll get rid of the commas with line spaces, and then I'll get rid of the spaces with no space. And so those are our matches. So just so I'm clear on this, I can put this into my old data here and just say, okay, is this correct? And it's nice to just separate this out, and I did this on a separate sheet here. And I just used the delimiter on the colon. Now the MMA matches, there weren't many of them, and I know who won. So Hooper, all the favorites won: Hooper, Morales, and Allen. And then for the NCAA matches, there are more of them. So you really need to go through and do some sort of manual process, or do some automated process where you pull the data in, because it's just too hard to do 32. You think it's easy, but it's not. You'll screw up. So you pull down some data like this on the prior week, and here I have all the scores from last week, and I just set up a little algorithm that pulls who the winner is. Here's for NCAA, and then here's the data for the NFL. And anyway, you want to pull it in to make your life easier. You don't want to eyeball all 32 of these, because you will screw up. MMA, there's a handful, so I won't screw up, but NCAA with 20, you will. So anyway, after you do this and you find these winners, you put them into this 0, 1. And the nice thing is that you paste. I pasted this in here, and then I just did the conditional formatting, and it nicely highlighted the 1, and I can see if it matches this. And anyway, the process by which you do this varies, but you should come up with an algorithm, simplify your life, worth the investment, but this is the raw data I need. These are the outputs for the prior week, and no ties. So I'll just grab them and paste them into this this column here. And the importance of this is the worksheet grabs this data and puts it into this worksheet here. It's just got a link. And this is the worksheet that's going to get exported as a CSV. So that's the first part, the prior data. Now I've got to update the new who versus whom and the start time. And so to do that, you pull in a bunch of this data. And remember, the key here is you have team A versus team B, and there's an underscore that separates the two contestants. Start time is in Zulu. It's got the Z end, which is good because we want to throw in the data in GMT, London, Zulu time. And then these are the odds. And what Access does is just averages these across. And so I would do this to clean up the data so that you get nice names and such. So let me just take this data here and paste it into my Access database. So I go here under raw, and then I paste it in, bonk. And so here we are. So I have all these, and now I just click out this schedule, and what it does is it just grabs all this stuff, puts the favorite first, puts the underdog last, translates this date into a GMT number, and then translates the odds into the funky odds number that I use, which is puts it into a probability of default, or probability of a win. So let's just look at this initial schedule sheet. So I get this sheet here, and you can see this has. So I'm going to grab this initial schedule I have, which is going to have more matches than I'm interested in, and just put it in some worksheet for pasting around. So let me just create a new one here. And so I have all these, and just kind of go through which ones I think I like. You probably want to pick, might pick a couple that you like, but try to pick ones that you think people are interested in. And so, Derek Brunson's a good MMA fighter. I like him. He's over at 1 now, so I'll put him in there, and I'll put this. This is their top match. Collard Olivier versus, Collard versus Aubin Mercer, and then, I don't know, Bubba Jenkins, fine. And NFL, those are always good matches, so I'll put those in. Those are all good matches. And then I pick among the college teams, and so, I pick whatever, and I just want to pick 32 of them, so let me do that. And let's see how many I get. I don't want to go through it, but you have to think about it and kind of be thoughtful. You wouldn't want the Coastal Carolina game as opposed to, because that's not as big of a school as, say, Minnesota versus Wisconsin. And then you just grab all these matches and you sort them. Let's say sort. And then I'll sort by column B. Okay, so I have these matches here, and let's see. Oh, I have too many matches. So I don't really, this is just an example. Get rid of those. Okay, so let's just say I have all these matches, and I have 29 of them here. So I can add 3 more. And one thing you can do is put in numbers like against the spread. This isn't really made for against the spread, and it doesn't work perfectly because you have to give it at the money odds, and you have a favorite. So I grab all these and I just put them into the current, and so I'll go here. And then I grab from here, I paste them in here, my new schedule. And you can see here, what I did was created, make sure that these times are all between Friday and Tuesday. And so this is all green. It looks, make sure that given the dates, these are dates in UTC time. And this is in like calendar time looking. You can see, yeah, okay, these are all valid games. They're in the right time window. The odds, these are preliminary odds, and they're not sent at this time. Because all we're sending is the schedule, start times, and the old data. So now I have these, and I just eyeball them to check if they're right and make sure that the teams, and you can see here is a good way to correct something. Here I have East against Tulsa. Well, East is obviously East something, like East Carolina or something. And this is old, and so that should be old something. So, I have to clean that up, and that's why, at least until you get the totally down, you want to check that out. I can see here, old here refers to Old Dominion. So that's like Charles Withington III, who's, it's Ray Cooper III. Third doesn't describe this person, so let's just call him Cooper. Then that'll be something you match against later. But now this is created, and so it's all linked here. So then it's going to spit this worksheet out into a JSON format. So I just go here, and I click on Create, Settle, Refresh. Now it throws the JSON file out into Python, and I'm going to access this here. If I go here, where I was just in my Python, if I go to, I want to go into, well, first you can see I did this get Oracle data. The last guy to submit was A72, so the next Oracle can't be A72. So I'm two Oracles in once, just so I can demonstrate. Again, this is Fuji, this is fake. So I do Fuji, just demonstration purposes only. Let's see, CD Fuji 0x257 bunk. All right, so now I just do Python settle refresh, and it should pump this out to the website. Now, here's the current Oracle page. You can see odds are sent. We're waiting for the settlement and the new schedule, and so it's empty right now. It's waiting for me. So let's just go there and send it and see what it should. And it sends. This is a transaction hash. You can look it up on Avascan, or it should show up here. Yay. So these are all the matches. Now, let's see. I sent that, and that was the guy 257 account. There are two oracles in this Fuji contract right now. So the other guy, notice when he sends all of his votes get cast for it. So now the other account is A72. So let me toggle over to him, pretend I'm that guy. And so if I go to this fella here, and you can see this guy here, he's got more votes. He could vote this down, in which case it would fail and you'd have to send the next day. But just to make it easier, I'm just going to have him accept this, and he's going to send, let's say, vote yes. Come on, buddy. MetaMask, confirm. All right, so sent, and pending, and it should show up. Oh yeah, it showed up right here. So you added the votes. So now our two oracles are done. There are no other oracles in this little test, so I can process the vote. I voted because otherwise you don't get money if you're an oracle, if you don't vote, and sending data counts as a vote. So I can process it here. And I can just hit that button, process it. And now it should go to the betting page. And so we'll see it here. And you see, you can't bet on me yet because I didn't send the odds, but it has a schedule and has the time that these matches are going to happen, and we're all ready to go. I should add that you don't want to be toggling GUIs if you're Oracle because that's very inefficient. If you have to do this week after week, go nuts. I don't know. And toggling up buttons, maybe not so bad. But if you automate it, there are, I have a lot of tools that do that. Oh, let me go back to this. Um, Not only do I have, well, let me just list these. I have Oracle Tools, which is in Get Python, Get Oracle Data. You can see, okay, this will show the new, okay, here's the new start times. You can see sub number 0, so it's clean. It's just waiting. Here's the last proposer, 257. So if I'm account 257, I know I'm not going to be sending data, but I'm going to be having to vote on it. And, a good Oracle should just prepare as if they're going to be sending data anyway. And then to send, let's see, Fuji 0x, let's see, 257. To send, to process the vote, like I toggle the button, I create a Python program, and so you can automate that, and you can automate sending the votes, yes or no. And you can set these up on servers and cron jobs, scheduled tasks, and just make your life as an Oracle a lot easier by using these Python tools. Actually, voting and processing the vote, you might do it manually because it's so easy, but putting the odds in the right format, especially this settle refresh, which has 3 arrays, is difficult. So it's easy to screw up. Remember, this is what I sent. I sent the data, this is what it looks like. It's 3 arrays in this little format here. So, so we just have to wait until the odds update now. And that's the next set.